Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Soft Power Project. Today, I wanted to talk about money, not how much you can make or how do you make $1 million by doing something online. Not that, but I wanted to talk about all these triggers that comes with money. And when I even mention the word money, I'm sure you are feeling something in your head, something in your body, something in your nervous system. Because I think we associate money with everything positive: freedom, joy, love, even self worth, our existence. We associate all of that with money and how much money. But the thing is, we don't talk enough about the feelings, the triggers we get when we start to compare ourselves with others, especially when it comes to money. And let's be honest, we probably do that on a daily basis. And the triggers I'm talking about are feelings like anger, frustration, jealousy, and feeling that the world is unfair. I should get more. How come they're getting more? I'm not getting more. And all of that. I mean, I have witnessed so many family disputes that I cannot even count with my hands anymore that has to do with money. It's almost like nothing else matters, but it has to be money. And the funny thing is it's not even about, oh, it's because they have too much money. It's because it's just money. Even when people don't have a lot of money, they wanted to fight over it. And whether it's $10, 100 or 100 million, people fight because money just seems to signify something in them. And let's talk about jealousy. Man, I don't think I would be able to talk about this a year ago, but here we are. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about jealousy. I can't count the number of times I feel jealous, especially during the past year as I am restarting everything, building my business, regaining my clientele, just to simply watch people that I know. I may not even know them really well, but I see them on social media. When they share, they go to these extravagant, beautiful trip like once a month, or buy expensive bags, or go to these fancy parties. Yeah, I feel jealous. I hated to admit it because I'm supposed to be positive and have this high vibe and and feeling very grateful, but no, I felt jealous. I felt like, what the hell am I doing? That I'm not like them, that I'm not making more. How come they're not worried about money? What do they do right that I'm not doing? I just start to compare, and they just seem so happy because they look happy online. And all of these feelings of anger, frustration, and jealousy. And I just feel like if we don't talk about that, we're just carrying the shame with us all the time. And I just wanted to really normalize that by telling everyone, we all feel that. We all feel all these triggers in us. And the past year has been really tough. And I think really tough on a lot of people. The job market sucks. All the businesses are cutting costs they don't want to spend. As a consultant, I feel that. I feel it so strongly. And I think if you're a consultant, or honestly any business, I think you feel it, right? Also, getting clients to pay regularly has always been a struggle, because I think all businesses are also sort of struggling with liquidity of cash, which I understand. And the living cost, no matter where you are, has increased significantly. And when you're a parent, and I'm a sole financial provider for my daughter, you're always expecting the unexpected expense that comes with your child. which, I'm very happy to pay. But yeah, all of those, I experience so much anxiety when it comes to money. And the word money itself, it's like I basically go from hopeful to anxiety, hopeful to anxious, hopeful to fearful, just on like a daily basis. And it's so easy to talk about the hopeful stuff and be online and talk about how, hey, you can reinvent yourself and start over. Even when you're a single mom like me, you can do this. You can have this amount of return. You can make money, passive money, as long as you have this like high vibe. I think it's so easy to talk about it. Not that it's not true. Not that it's not true, but it's so easy to talk about that than simply talking about, no, I feel jealous. I feel angry. I feel frustrated because I think it's too hard to admit that. But I think it's time. It's time for us to just simply admitting it and talk about it and normalize it. I'll be honest, I don't have a solution to not feeling the anxiety because I think the world is just changing so much. But there's one thing I do wanted to remind everyone, and myself included, is that, yeah, no matter what, you're going to keep going. And a really good friend of mine, Bianca, reminded me that just align your action with what you want consistently. Align your action with what you ultimately want to do, what brings you joy, what brings you peace, and just keep going. Yeah, sometimes there is no other solution but to keep going, but keep going to do something that you promise yourself that you would do, something that brings you peace. And another thing I wanted to remind everyone and myself is that there's so much joy outside of money that has nothing to do with money. So much. The connection that you have, the smile that you can give someone, right? That warm feeling that you get when you see someone smile, when you see your kid feel really proud of themselves. Recently my daughter got a really good grade and she's so proud of herself. And I feel so proud of her, and that makes me feel really warm. And it's the love, it's the time that you get to spend with people that you really cared about. Those are the things that gives you joy. Those are the things that it's about you, your value, and your self-worth. And those are the things that we need to start to associate with who we are in our existence. So, yeah, today I just wanted to make sure we're all just gonna keep going, doing what we love, and just trust that everything will be okay. And I know it's hard, and it's really okay to talk about all these triggers because guess what? Everyone's feeling it. All right. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful, peaceful day. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.